You tell yourself you're lazy. You say you lack discipline. You believe something is wrong with your motivation. But what if that's not the real problem? What if you're not lazy at all? What if your brain is simply overwhelmed? Because the modern world isn't built for focus, it's built for stimulation. Constant stimulation. Your phone lights up, notifications pull your attention, endless videos load instantly, music, messages, news, content, all competing for your mind. And every piece of it is designed for one purpose: to keep you engaged, not focused, not calm, engaged. Your brain is being flooded with stimulation every minute of the day. And the more stimulation you consume, the harder it becomes to do anything that feels slow, like thinking, like studying, like working on something meaningful. Suddenly, the things that actually move your life forward begin to feel impossible, not because they are impossible, because your brain has adapted to a completely different speed. Think about the last time you tried to focus on something important. Maybe studying, maybe working, and maybe reading. You sit down, you start for a few minutes, and then something strange happens. Your mind feels restless. You reach for your phone. You check something quickly. Then another video, another notification, another scroll, and suddenly 20 minutes disappear. Then an hour. Then the guilt arrives. I'm so lazy. But that's not laziness. That's overstimulation. Your brain has been trained to expect constant novelty, constant reward, constant entertainment. Real work doesn't give that. Real work is quiet, slow, repetitive. And compared to the stimulation your brain is used to, it feels unbearable. This is the trap of the modern attention economy. Every app is competing for your brain. Every platform is engineered to hold your focus longer. Algorithms learn your behavior, they predict what will keep you watching, and they deliver it instantly. Your brain never has to wait, never has to struggle, never has to be bored. But boredom used to serve a purpose. Boredom forced you to think, to imagine, to create, to reflect. Now boredom rarely exists. The moment silence appears, we eliminate it. A quick scroll, a quick video, a quick distraction, and slowly your brain loses its tolerance for stillness. But focus requires stillness. Deep work requires patience. Creativity requires quiet. Without those things, your mind stays in a permanent state of stimulation. And overstimulated brains struggle to focus. They struggle to slow down. They struggle to do anything that doesn't produce instant reward. This is why so many people feel exhausted even when they haven't done much. Their brain is constantly processing stimulation, information, noise, content, endless inputs. It's like trying to think clearly in a room full of shouting voices. Eventually, your mind just shuts down. Then you call it laziness. But laziness isn't always the problem. Overload is. Imagine asking your brain to concentrate after hours of rapid fire stimulation, short videos, fast cuts, bright screens, constant novelty. Your brain adapts to that speed. And when something slower appears, it feels painful. This is why reading a book suddenly feels harder than watching 10 videos. Why working on a project feels exhausting compared to scrolling. Your brain is chasing stimulation, Because stimulation produces dopamine. Dopamine signals reward. And the more dopamine your brain receives from easy sources, the less appealing difficult work becomes. This doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is adapting to the environment you give it. And the modern environment is built for distraction. But here's the powerful part. Your brain can adapt the other way too. If you reduce the noise, focus begins to return. If you create space, thinking becomes easier. If you allow boredom again, creativity slowly reappears. But that requires something most people avoid: silence, no scrolling, no constant entertainment, no stimulation every minute, just quiet moments where your brain resets. At first, it feels uncomfortable. Your mind looks for stimulation. It craves the quick hit of distraction. But if you stay with it, something interesting happens. Your brain slows down. Your thoughts become clearer. Focus begins to stretch longer. The same work that once felt impossible becomes manageable again. Not because you suddenly gained discipline, because you removed the constant stimulation draining your attention. This is why some of the most productive people guard their attention carefully. They limit notifications. They reduce distractions. They protect their focus like it's valuable. Because it is. Attention is the currency of your life. Where it goes, your future follows. If your attention is scattered all day, progress becomes difficult. If your attention is focused, progress becomes inevitable. So maybe the problem isn't that you're lazy. Maybe the problem is that your brain has been trained to expect endless stimulation, and anything slower feels wrong. But the moment you begin reclaiming your attention, everything starts to change. Focus returns, clarity returns, momentum returns, not overnight, but gradually. Because a calm mind can do what an overstimulated mind cannot.
It can think.
It can build, it can grow. So ask yourself something honest. Are you truly lazy? Or has your attention simply been hijacked by a world that profits from keeping you distracted? Because the answer to that question might change the way you see your habits, your focus, and your future. And if this perspective made you rethink your attention, subscribe, because the next video might help you take it back.